Hello, this is James. Konami has seen fit to drop another box on us. I feel like this one's a little bit early. I was expecting a new box at the end of the month. Nevertheless, we must discuss Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Tornado of Phantoms new mini box, and the tagline is "Fly like the wind, Gustos and Mecha Phantom Beasts are inbound." And a quick opinion on the cover art. I do like this main character because Junk Destroyer had too many things going on, and this is intelligible as a totem character. All right, so we have Elemental Hero, Great Tornado, Warrior Fusion effect: 1 Elemental Hero monster plus 1 Wind monster. Must be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card is fusion, Shokan have the attack and defense of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. This card is very confusing, and not just because it's an Elemental Hero fusion that is good. It's also a fusion monster that is good. And I thought Konami was trying to push the synchros, but now they're trying to edge us back towards the fusions. I like it. I want it. I'm not certain that it'll redeem Elemental Heroes though, but it is objectively a good monster. Mecha Phantom Beast Tether Wolf. So this text is really tiny, but the point is, when you summon it, when you normal summon it, you can special summon a Phantom Beast token. The reason that this gets the top billing of the Mecha Phantom Beasts, it's the first ultra rare, is because it just summons the token no problem. It also has this thing where you contribute tokens and it powers it up once per battle, so maybe you can use that with multiple attacking card. But the main benefit of this is that it immediately, as soon as you summon it, it gets the token, and that gets the Phantom Beast Juju rolling. Makes Tether Wolf indestructible while the token is present. You can use the Mecha Phantom Beast counter card, which is really good. It counters basically everything at the expense of the token. And I don't know, but the thing is, I don't know about Mecha Phantom Beast. It always felt to me like they were kind of shoved into Duel Links, because in Duel Links we only have 3 monster zones. In normal Yu-Gi-Oh! There is 5 monster zones. So it's always like, well, do I have one kind of weak, kind of like strange, weak effect monster, and then 2 useless tokens, or 1 token and then 2 weird monsters, and then only one of them gets protected, or only 1 negate from the counter card. So I don't know. Like I feel like the math of Duel Links inherently conflicts with the math that is required by Mecha Phantom Beasts. Palaka, descendant of Gusto. So unlike the Phantom Beast, the Gustos can only improve when this card is normal or special. You can target 1 wind tuner in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. If you activated this effect, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except wind monster. You can only use this effect of Palaka, descendant of Gusto, once per turn. So it's not restricted to Gustos, but when you do the effect, you can only Synchro Shokan wind monsters or Fusion Shokan wind monsters. So what is the use of Palaka, descendant of Gusto? We're gonna see that in a little bit. But first, Stardust Assault Warrior, a wind attribute monster, can come off of Palaka. Yep, 3 and 3. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters, completely generic. When this card is Synchro Shokan, while you control no other monsters, you can target 1 junk monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Stardust Assault Warrior once per turn. If this card attacks the defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So with the 2 junk monsters that come to mind are Junk Synchron, which is level 3, and then this is a level 6, so that would be a level 9 Synchro. We don't have any level 9 Synchros. Also, Junk Anchor from the Junk Structure deck. You can special summon your Junk Anchor, which I believe is level 2, and then that can let you Synchro climb into a level 8. But if you're going off the same term as Palaka, it would also have to be a wind attribute monster. So I don't think that Palaka, like in the short term, you want to have all the cards. Pilaka's great. I don't think that Palaka has long-term investment potential because of that really harsh restriction. You can only Synchro Shokan wind monsters. However, there is a doozy of a wind monster, and it is the sole reason to go into this box, and it is Mist Worm. 1 tuner plus 2 or more non-tuner monsters. If this card is Synchro Shokan, target up to 3 cards your opponent controls. Return those targets to the hand. Hell yeah, wind attribute. It's going to go well with your Gustos. And whenever I see TCG deck lists, I always notice it's like if it's Zodiacs, the extra deck is like Zodiac, 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 and like Mistworm. And then if it's same thing for other archetypes, it's the archetypal extra deck monsters, and then like Mistworm in the off chance that you're able to use it. I really want to say that this is going to overturn and upend the meta, but there are so many Paleozoic Canadias out there, and they are so not going to be nerfed that as soon as your opponent sees that you're going for, you're getting real greedy. You got to get real greedy for the Mistworm, getting out all 3 of those monsters for this level 9 Synchro Shokan. But you could easily see Mistworm OTK. So like Mistworm in your extra deck, Hatronade in your hand, and then like 2 monsters that combo together in your hand for getting out all 3 monsters. Like Palaka, and then like some kind of Gusto in your graveyard, and then Gusto Eggles, which we'll talk about in a minute. But so anyway, potentially Palaka, Gusto Eggles, Hatronade, and Backup Rider for 4,000 attack points. Hatronade, get the monsters out. Mistworm powered up with Backup Rider, and there is your OTK. However, for that glorious circumstance to take place, you need to have like specifically those cards in your hand. So Mistworm, it's a one of. It's great if you can get it off. We can make some good YouTube videos off of that. Psychic Nightmare. This card is garbage. Once returned during your main phase, you can pick 1 random card in your opponent's hand and call what type it is. If you call it right, this card gains 1,000 attack until your opponent's end phase. I mean, I guess you could see, like, if you have 1 card in Duel Links, in Duel Links, you're generally not having cards in your hand after, like, turn 4. So, they have the 1 card, and you can check if it's a Karibo. And then, if you're right, you can have a Psychic Nightmare that's 3,400 attack, but then gets Karibo'd. So, Rainbow Overdragon, another confusing card, because, Fusion. I thought they were trying to push the Synchros, but no? Alright, but Rainbow Overdragon must be Fusion summoned or special summoned. So, you can Fusion summon it with 7 Crystal Beast monsters, or you can special summon it by attributing 1 level 10 Ultimate Crystal monster, which I don't think we have. So, you're just going to have to get 7 Crystal Beast monsters either on your hand or in your on the field, or I don't think there's anything like Miracle Fusion for Crystal Beast. But once per turn, you can banish Crystal Beast, powered up by that attack, and quick effect, you can tribute this Fusion Summon card, shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. And so you only get that, and you only get that effect if you Fusion Summon it, and that doesn't feel like it's worth it. If you go -8 for Rainbow Overdragon, you can clear the opponent's field and your field, and then do you have enough cards in your hand to win after that? Maybe Rainbow Overdragon does the big damage, shuffles all your opponent's cards back into the deck, and then you summon like a little Crystal Beast and you attack for the last 300 life points. But I'm not crazy about the Rainbow Overdragon. Mecha Phantom Beast Blue Impala. So this is the tuner. This is probably more significant in terms of playing the new cards than Tether Wolf. Because Blue Impala is the Mecha Phantom Beast tuner, and you're going to need that for the Haliska The Mecha Phantom Beast, that's like a plane that's like snaking in the sky. And you can banish it from your graveyard and summon a tuner. Summon a token to the field. And Gusto Eggle, when this card is destroyed by Batoru, it's sent to the graveyard. You can special summon one level 4 lower non-tuner Gusto monster from your deck. So this is what I was talking about with Mistworm. So you have your Eggle, right? You set him face down. He's destroyed. Then you special summon a level 4 or lower non-tuner. So you summon a level 4. And then you normal summon Palaka. And then Palaka lets you target a wind tuner in your graveyard. So you have a 4 off of Eggle. You have Palaka, who's level 3, so that's 7. And then you have the perfect setup for Mistworm. All you need is a level 2 monster. Unfortunately, Eggle is only a level 1, so it's not that easy. You know what? You could use this with level augmentation. Because I was trying to think, like, is there a Gusto that, like... No, but that's it. That's the combo. The combo is level augmentation. You have like another level 1 in your hand, and you just increase any of those monsters by level 1, and you go into your Mist O Worm. For that, you're definitely going to want to have triple of Gusto Descendant Palaka, and I'm not certain that she's worth it. Just because of all the Canadias and all of the... Because if you make your greedy 3-monster play for the Mistworm, right? If you don't perfectly have your True Nade or your back row lockdown, and you get Canadia, you lose everything. You completely lose everything. So, Mistworm, tempting, but definitely a YouTube monster. And finally, no, one more super rare. Mist Valley Soldier. While you control this face-up card, any opponent's monster that battles this card but is not destroyed by Batoru returns to its owner's hand at the end of the damage step, and it's also a tuner. So, you could use this with anyway, there's a trap card that forces all your opponent's monsters to attack this card, and you could also make him like indestructible. You can use this to bounce. Ooh, yeah, you could use this to bounce like Silent Waifu. It's another control monster. I think of it as comparable to Wind-Up Juggler, Mist Valley Soldier. And actually, Wind-Up Juggler would be a good pairing, because they're winds. You can use wind combos, and then Synchro Shokan wind monsters if Mist Valley Soldier does not perish in the line of duty. And, oh, we have more. Hushed Psychic Cleric. If this card is normal or flip, change it to defense position. Once per turn, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Target one psychic monster in your graveyard. Banish that target. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target one monster banished by this card's effect. Special summon this target. So you could use this for like a big psychic monster, and that's why you have to sacrifice the card in your hand. But I think this is a rare case of a free card, Serene Psychic Witch, actually being better than a box super rare. Because the ceiling for Hushed Psychic Cleric is higher, but you have to sacrifice a card. And I don't think... It's not like you can discard the Psychic. You can't discard a level 6 Psychic and then target it. Like, there has to be a Psychic in your graveyard, and then you can go about your business. Yeah. But, you know, if you have that... be pretty interesting. But the thing is, again, Serene Psychic Witch works on turn 1. A Hushed Psychic Cleric, like a Psychic has to already be in your graveyard, and then you can use Hushed Psychic Cleric to, a couple turns later, get out a big monster for free. Mana Dragon Zernitron. If a spell trap you control leaves the field because of an opponent's effect and is now in the graveyard or banished, you can, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Oh my god. If it was there when that spell trap left or hand, or even if not, then you can set one spell trap that is banished or in your graveyard to your spell and trap zone. You can only use this effect of Mana Dragon. So, like, if your opponent uses removal on you, and this is in your graveyard, you can special summon it and then set a spell trap, and then you can set that card that was banished or otherwise removed, in your spell and trap card zone. Okay? How do you get this in your graveyard? That's cool. It's like a counter to Cosmic Cyclone, but we don't really have enough room for side deck. Like, it's a good side deck, again, if you fear that your tournament opponent has a bunch of Cosmic Cyclones, but not on the ladder, I don't think. Because, again, like, Duel Links is so fast that it's always first order, right? Serene Psychic Witch better than Hush Psychic Cleric. So, you know, the setup makes it, like, the effect is good, but the setup makes it not worth it. And finally, Trap Stun, negate all other trap card effects on the field this turn. So, crappy version of Hey Trunade. I'm aware that this works on stuff like continuous traps, like Amazoness Ambush, Sea Stealth Attack, and DNA Surgery, but for the Buster Blader deck, but those cards are not what I'm afraid of in the current meta. So we will have this to look forward to tomorrow, and I'll be done, and we can have a box opening. Thank you for watching.